Hello, I'm welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Sunday supplement. Myself, Paul Nealon, and look, we're at the cup against the best team in the land. You would say in Man City, they're just so good. Like they take out players and they're just able to bring in players that have so much more quality than we have. I mean, if you're kind of looking at our lineup, you can see that Carlo's trying to set up defensively and hit them on the counter when we could, but like we were just absorbing and absorbing. There wasn't a whole lot for us to really do. We obviously had Joe Virginia in goal for his first start for us. Thought he done well. Thought he done actually really really well, considering we were playing Man City. It's definitely kind of gives us hope for the future that he can be someone that we can rely on if needs be, because he obviously came in for Man City, who are ripping up every single competition that they're in at the minute. So for him to come in and do well against them was a good plus, I would say. Even though we did lose the game 2-0, Gundogan and De Bruyne getting the goals late on. But I think we held our own for long enough in the game. But look, we're just lacking that quality, aren't we, at the moment? And our bench, I mean, we could only bring on a Iwobi really. So there's no. You look at who they bring on, like De Bruyne. He's just on a different level. He operates on a different level. Man's not human. But like I look at our team, and clearly we're missing the Curry in midfield. That energy he brings. When looking around, we had Holgate. I really don't rate Holgate. Maybe it's the fact that he's kind of playing a little bit wider, but I thought Godfrey and Mina done really, really well. Luca Dean, he was okay. Andre Gomez, I thought actually played decent enough. Alan, I think Ped said it on the aftermatch reaction. I think the yellow card he got just before half time, I think that was. I know it looked like he didn't even mean it, but he picked up the yellow, and it just it took that edge out of his game, I felt. But I mean, you're kind of looking at it, and Richarlison was lively, but couldn't really affect it. You could just see that they were levels above us. Dom was okay, but not great. But yeah, look, we were really getting scraps, but there was nothing really for us to be kind of shouting about. Look, I did go into this game thinking that we were going to get beat. The international break's probably coming at a really good time for us. The South American players will not be going away for international breaks, so the likes of James and Yerry Mina, even Richarlison and so on, we would get rested, which would be good. So it means that they'll be kind of reinvigorated when we do get back. The big worry be the other players that are kind of abroad. Obviously, Seamus Coleman, I'll have a big eye on him, obviously, with my own channel and how he gets on with Ireland. And there'll be other players, I'm sure, away on international, like Luca Dean and so on. But I'm just kind of looking at it going, we just need to make sure that majority of our players come back injury free, and if they have a little bit of a rest, then coming back in and then maybe hit the ground run for the last few games of the season and try and finish in a European spot. Because let's be realistic, we were never really going to beat City with the squad that we have at the moment. You can see signs there that Carlo has an idea, and obviously when we've had a lot of our players fit, like I would say the bones of our starting 11 that you would probably say would probably be a top 6 team if we have them all starting and fit and available. You'd probably say it's the top 6 teams. The problem is we've never had them playing that regularly together. And I think once we start getting that and adding that bit of quality, adding 3 or 4 players to what we have there of real quality, and I think getting an experienced player, not an aging player, but an experienced player who maybe has won a couple of trophies or something and brings in, a winning mentality. I know Alan and James kind of bring that, but bring in more, and then you start getting a dressing room and a mentality of winners in that group of players. Who there's a lot of young players in there and stuff like that. Look, I'm not getting away from that, but there's a lot of kind of players who just let games pass them by. And look, I would normally say Gomez would be one, Sigurdsson and stuff like that, but they've been okay. But look, we've just been outclassed by teams. But I think if we add in the summer, now I can't think off the top of my head who we should get in, but I definitely think we should be looking at a right back, and I think we are looking at a right back. In goals, I'd probably be looking at as well, and then another striker, because we need something different to Dom. Because I know Dom's great and he's great for the way we play and stuff like that, but sometimes when we need something, or we maybe need to change the system or something like that, I just don't think having him always playing is obviously a good option. He played a lot earlier on the season. I think it's catching up on him a little bit now. He's still a threat and everything like that, and I'm not criticising him. I just think that maybe when sometimes he's in a little bit of a dip in form, it'd be good to have someone who's not miles down in terms of quality next to him, because I don't think Josh King is really up to much. I know he didn't play, but I still think he's not really up to much. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he proves it. By the time we get back from the international break, maybe he can get some training under his belt and get some fitness back into him properly, so he'll be ready to go. Because it's kind of been all go since he came in January, and then he's kind of just got spare minutes here and there. But maybe they can, play a couple of behind closed doors, friendlies or something over the international break, and that will give him, minutes. I know it's not Premier League minutes, but it's still minutes, and it gives him a chance to maybe catch up on fitness that he seems to, and sharpness that he just doesn't seem to have right now. When he does come on, he's kind of coming on in games that are either won or lost. He's not really affecting them. I know the Manchester United game, he came on, he won a free kick and stuff like that, fair play, but that's his only real contribution for me so far. He got that offside goal as well, but obviously that doesn't count. So I think we need real quality to come in, 3 or 4 signings, and then look at where we go from there. And I think we've definitely got the right manager. We've got 3 really good centre-backs. Holgate's okay. I just don't really rate him anymore. I didn't think he was great last year. People were really hyping him up, but I just think he lets players just brush past him so easily. Like I would actually much rather have Coleman playing right back, because at least that if his man gets past him, he'll still try and stay with him or something. He doesn't just let him go and just watch him run in. I think Holgate's guilty a good bit as well. I know he's not a right back, but still he did play there for a season under West Brom, so it's not like it's just thrown there and never played it before. He has played there for a season, done quite well for them as well. But I think we need maybe a Max Aarons or someone like that to come in there. I to be honest, I haven't really watched too much of Max Aarons to know a lot about him, but I know a lot of people really rate him. So look, I'll take their. If Marcel Brands thinks that he's the one to go for, they go for him. But we need, as I mentioned, someone with experience and is not maybe in their prime, and try and go out and buy big. We might have to sell. Maybe it's Moise Keane that gets sold, or maybe he comes in and helps that striker situation. But I can't see him really leaving PSG, to be honest with you. Why would you leave Paris to play in Liverpool? And when you're playing with the likes of Mbappe and so on, PSG have the money. So, but like if he does come back and he starts hitting goals and stuff like that, and maybe Carlos said he wants him to come back, then we'll see. But what I think we definitely need is well, and he might bring that winning mentality because he's still coming from a club where he's won a couple of things. But yeah, I think adding some maybe another midfielder as well, maybe a better number 10, or maybe a winger. Yeah, actually, a winger, and let James play in the number 10. And maybe not let him do as much running so much. He could just kind of sit in between the lines and try and make things happen, because we've just seen how good he is when he does play. I mean, look at his goal return and assist return. He is world class, and and that's the difference. Carlo can bring in these types of players if he's allowed, and it will be interesting to see how we get on. I know I haven't really spoken too much on the match because the lads had pretty much done it yesterday, but I'm doing this quite late after doing about 60 videos today on Ireland and previews and stuff like that, so my apologies if I've gone a bit off topic. But I just, we're going into the international break, and I just think we should be looking ahead. So after the international break, I want us to hit the ground running. I want us to start winning games again, because we've gone off the boil a bit lately. I think we've shown the way we played against Man City, I think we should just start playing like that against everybody. Let everybody come on to us. I do believe that we beat most teams if we played like that. It's just the Man City are just so good, and when they brought on De Bruyne, that was the end of it, really, wasn't it? I mean, Virginia made a good save to tip it onto the bar, and then Gary Mina, don't know what he was doing for the second goal, but he gets in and scores. And look, there's no point dwelling on it, there's no point getting upset about it, but I definitely think that Carlo's definitely the right man for the job. I think next season, before we jump on to next season, if we can try and finish as high as possible, and I hope that's in the top 6, and then build on that. So if we can finish in European places, obviously that's going to attract better players, as well as obviously having Carlo there. So It could be great to finish in the top 6. Maybe it's a little bit out of reach, but let's just hope. Let's just see what happens. Let us know your thoughts on all the things I've discussed there in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to Toffee TV. And if you want more videos from me, especially in this international window, check out Irish Football Fan TV. We have loads of content there. We just did a opposition preview there with Serbia as well. So check it out. And I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.